They call it a legend for a reason. Compact, controllable, and built like a tank. The HK MP5 changed what 9mm carbines could be. And that's exactly why today I'll be showing you the best pistol caliber carbine in the world. Welcome back to Silent Pew. Today, we're in the studio again, but we will be in the range shortly. We've had a couple of competitions going down, so it's been a little bit hard to get out there, but I promise you next week's video, we will be back outside. I've got a banger for you guys, so make sure you guys tune in and subscribe if you haven't so you can catch that video, and make sure you finish this one first. Today, we're gonna be taking a look at the HK MP5. Technically, it's the HK SP5 because this is the semi-automatic civilian version, but who am I kidding? We all call it the MP5, and that's exactly what we're gonna be taking a look at. Now you'll notice that I've made mine a little bit more modern. I've changed some of the aesthetics that some people might not agree with. However, it's something that fits me. I like the look of it, and I can always revert it back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break it down tip to butt for you guys. I'm gonna show you what I changed. I'll even show you some of the parts that I've taken off so you can get an idea of what it looked like before. And of course, you can always use good old Google if you wanna see what these look like from the factory and go from there. Now, before we get too deep into it, let's talk about the platform itself. As you can see here, we've got ourselves a submachine gun style firearm, and it is in 9mm with a roller delayed blowback system. While we're showing this off, let's go ahead and show clear. We've got nothing in the magazine for this video, as well as nothing in the chamber. Safety first. Like I said, the MP5 does use a roller delayed blowback system. So those rollers are actually gonna delay the rearward movement, which is gonna help make the cycling a little bit smoother. It's gonna feel better, and it's gonna be more controllable, which is ultimately gonna help in those follow-up shots. Most MP5s, if not all MP5 and MP5 clones, assuming they were made the proper way, don't have a bolt hold open. So with that being said, there is a proper way to utilize your manual of arms, and there's a wrong way. And I'm gonna show you both. We're at the range, we're shooting. Pew, 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 pew. We run out of ammunition. Usually, because there's no bolt hold, we're gonna recognize that because of a click within the trigger. There's not gonna be a bullet that comes out, so we know we need to reload, we need to reload. Okay, boom. We take this out, get another magazine, we put this in, and then we can do that. That's one way that you can go about this. Now, what I will say is that's not the best way to do that, and because once this is full with the maximum ammunition, it is gonna be hard to put that in there with the bolt closed. And if you have one of these, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, the next way we can go about this is, again, we're at the range. Pew, 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 pew. We run out of ammunition. We lock the bolt back first. We take the magazine out. We change magazines. And then, pew, 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 pew. And that there would be considered the wrong way to do it. And finally, you've got the right way to do it. We're at the range. Pew, 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 pew. We run out of ammunition. We lock that bolt back, change the magazine, and of course, we give it that HK slap, which is exactly what this is known for. Make sure you give it an HK slap. All right. That's enough of that. Let's go ahead and talk about exactly what I did to this one specifically to make it my own. Kicking us off, starting up front, we've got ourselves a Silencer Co. Omega 9K. And as you can see, that is very, very sexy out front. And it is on a tri-lug system, so it's very simple to take off. And I'm gonna go ahead and take that off, not on camera, just in case. But as you can see, that's how fast that came off. And what that reveals is our tri-lug system up front. And as you can see, it's just 3 lugs out front that make it very easy, very simple to remove and to place that silencer on. Working our way back here, I did go with that Midwest Industries rail out front. And yeah, I know it looks a little bit more modern. It's not necessarily that classic look. I did go ahead and bring the classic style out because this is what came with it. And I did keep it, of course. So as you can see here, let me see if I can get this going for you guys. that's kind of what that looked like. And of course, Google is your friend. So if you want to know what that looks like stock, you can go ahead and take a look at that. And the reason I did that is because I just wanted to have some more capability with the firearm itself. And as you can see, I've put that Samson foregrip out front, and that just wasn't possible with the stock handguard. So that's what I went with. That's why I went with it. Still looks great in my opinion. You guys might think different, and that's okay, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments either way. Before I tell you guys about the optic setup that I did go with, let's talk about the standard iron sights that it comes with. And as you can see there, that is the rear sight. You can actually twist this to change the diameter of the sight itself and how large you see that circle there. And then up front, if you can see this here, we've got ourselves a front sight with a pin or a, I don't know what it's called, but going up straight down the center. So you would line that up with your circle there. The top of that portion is gonna be right where you're trying to aim. And it's a good system. It's classic, it works, and it's reliable. Of course, we did go with a modern look, however. So going into my optic setup, we've got our Midwest Industries rail on top. And then that's followed up by this Scalarworks or Scalarworks. If anybody knows how to pronounce that, please put it in the comments below. I just say Scalarworks. Actually, I say Scalarworks. Actually, I think it depends on the day. Scalarworks, I'm unsure, correct me in the comments. But we've got a Scalarworks mount here for the Aimpoint T2 up top. And I just really felt like this was the best combination, both for usefulness and also just how it looks. It looks great. And then last but not least, out back, we've got ourselves the B&T stock here. And this thing is really sturdy, really nice, feels good. And honestly, I think it was the best option that I felt gave me those MP5 vibes, okay? It is foldable, so as you can see here, we can fold that. And while this is folded, just FYI, again, talking about how this firearm came, it did come with this cap on the back because before this was an SBR, it was a pistol, and that's exactly how it came before we changed that out. But now we've got that full modern MP5 look right there. Now put all that together and you have the best PCC in the world. This thing hasn't just been in your favorite movies. It hasn't been used for years on years on years, but it's reliable, it's smooth shooting, it changed the game. And other PCCs just wanna be like this. Now, like with any gun, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are gonna be some downsides that you have to consider, but none of those negate the fact that this is still the best PCC out there. Some of those things are going to be the cost. The cost of the firearm itself is very expensive. Now you can get some of the clone versions that are not HK, not German made. Some of them are still made on the same tooling and things of that nature. But this is gonna cost you quite a bit. And that trend continues throughout because you are also gonna have things like these magazines, which if you're going with the German specific magazines, the HK specific magazines, they're gonna cost you a pretty penny as well. You're also not gonna have that bolt hold open that we talked about earlier. Is it a big deal? I mean, personal preference. Of course, that's really gonna depend on how you train. Does it take a little bit longer to change out your magazine? Sure, but again, if you train for it, you'll be just fine. And then finally, that roller delayed blowback system is a robust system. So you gotta really upkeep that. Make sure it's clean, make sure it's working. There's a couple of moving parts in there that you wanna make sure that you're checking on from time to time. And so that's gonna be a little bit different if you're not used to it. So there you have it. The best pistol caliber carbine in the world, hands down. If you like this video and you wanna see this out at the range, make sure you drop a like. And if you're enjoying the content, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with a friend or two. It helps out more than you know. And as always, stay safe and shoot straight.